gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me voice. Today, I will be talking about advanced electrocatalyst with unusual active sites for electrochemical water splitting. The work is electrochemical water splitting represents a promising technology for green hydrogen production. To design advanced electrocatalysts, it is crucial to identify the active sites and interpret the relationship between their structure and performances. Materials extensively studies as electrocatalysts include noble metal-based and non-noble based compounds. Recently, advancements in characterization techniques and theoretical regulations have revealed novel and unusual active sites. The present review highlights the latest achievements in the discovery and identification of various unconventional sites for electrochemical water splitting. The electrochemical water splitting is an energy conversion technology which allows the composition of water from hydrogen and oxygen using, in this case, can be electric energy. We are considering using renewable energy, and this oxygen evolution on a reaction of anode and hydrogen evolution of reaction of cathode. The advancement in oxygen evolution reaction and hydrogen evolution reaction are crucial for improving the efficiency and reducing the cost of water catalysis. However, costs of water electrolysis industry associated with multi-reaction intermediates during the oxidation evolution reaction is designed electrocatalyst. Several design principles have been developed to address this, including structural engineering techniques such as nanostructuring and parastructuring to increase availability of surface active sites and surface engineering composition regulation and structural modification techniques such as effect creation of heteroatom. Current state of electrocatalysts for oxygen evolution rate are predominantly ruthenium urea oxide-based materials, whereas platinum are widely recognized as benchmark catalysts for hydrogen evolution reaction. However, the low abundance cost, high cost, and poor stability of precious metal limit their practical use in large scale, as well as commonness of rare elements which are very little deposition, as called name. The noble metals such as ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, iridium, and platinum can be plainly employed as benchmark catalysts a wide range of electrochemical reactions owing to the moderate chemical bond strength. With electrocatalytic reaction intermediates, when using hydrogen adsorption, free energy at the description for hair. It is near the summit of the hydrogen volcano, indicated its outstanding hydrogen evolution reaction. In terms of experimental results, platinum requires negligible of a potential to achieve high production rates. Meanwhile, 3D reaction transition metal-based materials such as cobaltium, iron, and nickel-based compounds exhibiting relatively high electrochemical activity for water electrolysis owing to the distinctive electronic properties including flexible valence states, appropriate electronic configurations, and versatile composition. In contrast to hair, which has one of the reaction intermediate, which involves four strongly correlating binding energies that cannot be easily disentangled owing to the presence of scaling relationships. However, scaling relationships enable a rapid transition in the electrocatalyst. Transition metal-based oxide exhibit outstanding oxygen evolution reaction, emerging catalytic design strategies, such as the cogeneration of surface defects, low coordination size, and disordered lattices have been documented extensively. Furthermore, active site engineering in newly designed materials may enhance electrocatalytic activity contributing to the optimization of absorption, energies, and reaction barriers. For intermediates, electrocatalytic reaction perspective. The hydrogen evolution rate peak was for metal, for molybdenum sulfur was the high, the 100 less than platinum iridium, but higher than silver or gold. This going to publication per year, the alkaline were more before 2014, while acidic increased nowadays due to higher and possibility of biomass utilization parallel. The copper state was remained switch off was observed. The capture of real-time surfaces changes the catalyst and operating rapid technique was applied. The unusual observation is markedly different from that of the commonly proposed scheme. This study also highlights the importance of regulating the charge and spin states of transition metal oxide for high-performance electrolysis. Based on the series of operant indoor X-ray spectroscopy results, the covalence between copper and oxygen increased from copper and copper to and a further increase to the copper state leading to active function. The calculation based on a comprehensive understanding of the electronic structure. Rozumiem. Before and after electrochemical reaction, calculation can provide further insights into the relationship between the electrochemical behavior. Therefore, the gives and free energy of reaction intermediates can be effectively used as parameters to demonstrate the catalytic behavior whereby the structure-activity relationship is built successfully. Moreover, the energy band structure and density of states intrinsically characterize electronic properties. Descriptors to electrolyte structures with electrochemical activity has also been widely established. The S-dope, which demonstrated the exceptional high activity with an upper potential of 108 megavolts at 10 milliamperes. DFT calculations were performed to demonstrate the role of S-doping in improving intrinsic catalytic activity, and the hydrogen absorption Gibbs free energy was used to evaluate the hydrogen evolution reaction. The values of Gibbs and size were substantially lower than those at cobaltium and selenium sites before and after S-doping, suggesting that S sites serve as active species. Moreover, electrons transfer from hydrogen and sulfur occurred. Cobalt and selenium was 0.62 electron volts. Engineering of active sites to ensure the active species must exhibit high intrinsic activity toward a specific electrochemical reaction. The active species are predominantly exposed on the cyclic surface. For ruthenium-based molecules, the introduction of other metals can further modulate the electronic structure of active sites by exerting ligand effects and chemical strength. Consequently, the optimal hydrogen bond strength for ruthenium has been obtained for adsorption and hydrogen desorption. For example, molybdenum modified ruthenium sites exhibit enhanced hydrogen evolution reaction activity. As an electron donor to ruthenium sites, gold can also regulate the ruthenium high bonding energy. In these cases, ruthenium typically serves as a highly active site. In contrast, Chen et al. Reported that C sites in, in lanthanum ruthenium silicon may serve as hydrogen evolution reaction in 72 megawatts at 10 milliamperes. The absorption-free energy of atomic hydrogen was calculated to evaluate hydrogen evolution reaction. Evaluating the values of Gibbs hydrogen for the ruthenium and glass sites were minus 0.5574 and 0.224 electron volts, respectively, indicating that hydrogen exhibits a high affinity towards ruthenium sites and a low affinity towards lanthanum sites. Dr. Catalyst. This beyond surface transition state was transition metals generally exhibit low oxygen evolution reaction activity than the late 3D transition metals. The moreover electronic structure of transition and model models can actively modulated using 4D transition metal dopants to satisfy the requirements of electrochemical reactions. In particular, for the metals have a large electron wave function spatial extent, which can provide minute electronic structure via interaction between 4D and 5D and 3D orbitals for enhanced electrochemical activity. The remarkable oxygen evolution reaction activity was attributed to synergistic interplay between wolfram, tungsten, cobalt, and iron at the formation of favorable electron stability. This notably that 4D 5D transition metal oxide also occur in effective oxidation evolution rate and hydrogen evolution rate electrocatalysts. For example, there is high activity in case of porous molybdenum oxide nanosheets grown on Micron form is superior to that in contact of molybdenum oxide counterparts. The excellent activity was comparable to that of commercial platinum materials. Molybdenum oxide dioxide is the transition of metal oxide and potential electrocatalyst for water splitting. Featuring the porous structure at a wide surface with considerable active sites owing to the porous nanostructure engineering, metals are also critical for electrochemical reactions. Vanadium oxide nanoparticles were found to be highly efficient electrocatalysts in alkaline solutions. In particular, vanadium oxide nanoparticles, carbon fiber paper, has exhibited satisfactory oxidation evolution reaction activity with a small of a potential of 350 megavolts at 10 milliamperes square centimeters in an alkaline medium. Moreover, the morphology of the material was well preserved following long-term oxygen evolution reaction testing. Active sites were ascribed to vanadium redox couples in vanadium oxide and oxidative evolution reaction active than species in base oxide. Our concentration, in contrast to active site counting, evaluated the structural transformation of microparticles as a pre-catalyst for the oxidation evolution reaction in an alkaline electrolyte. Extending conductive valence testing indicates an anisotropic morphological transformation which was attributed to the preferential self-oxidation and dissolution of the surfaces, leading to exposure of more stable surfaces. Beyond metal sites were likely response as active sites owing to their ability of undergo reactions at previously mentioned noble and transition metals are generally often expanded to be active sites of oxygen evolution reaction. Perovskite oxides has emerged as promising oxygen evolution reaction electrocatalysts. The active sites of perovskite oxide typically contain metal oxide chain bonds. The oxygen deficient barium titanium oxides has been reported as an efficient bifunctional electrocatalyst. Numerous oxygen vacancies generated near the surface can function as donors and acceptors for semiconductor behavior. The carbon oxygen evolution reaction were designed for system metal organic framework with controlled concentration of missing linker defects. Among metal organic framework exhibited the highest proton conductivity reported for pure metal organic framework based proton conductors designed with metal organic framework structure only contain only zirconium, which is less considered active than oxygen evolution reaction material. Carbon-based materials are widely acknowledged for their outstanding electrical conductivity and chemical stability, which makes them an ideal catalyst for advanced application, with rapid electron transfer and long-term operation. The large specific surface areas of carbon-based materials provide numerous anchoring sites that facilitate isolated dispersion of metal atoms without clustering. Owing to these properties, carbon-based materials are highly suitable supports for single atom analysis. As an alternative to 3D transition, metal and colorable metal single atoms materials, atoms to catalysts, water splitting, infrared multiple photon dissociation was utilized to probe the chemical composition and reactivity of the cobaltium and cobaltium oxide intermediates and the distinct geometric and electronic walls. The support of was increasingly the barrier of the reaction by more than 70 kilojoules per mole. This decrease is attributed to the strong orbital overlap between one of carbon's atom of carbon 60 support. The beyond number of valences, the iridium being more stable in acidic and alkaline media. However, iridium-based catalysts encounter several problems during the electrochemical oxygen evolution reaction. One of the most critical problems is unsatisfactory operational stability owing to the transformation of surface to surface water-soluble helium dioxide, improving oxidant evolution reaction performance and breaking scaling relationships may be possible through the challenging strategy of stabilizing in situ form metastable high valence metal sites. Lithium et al. Conducted oxygen evolution reaction sites with cobaltium hexasite and iridium hexasite in 3 dimensions. Apparently, X-ray absorption near a structure and extended X-ray absorption fine structure were used to examine the electronic and critical crystal structure. Combined operando characterization and calculation demonstrated the voltage-dependent transformation in radium and cobaltium ions. The improved oxygen evolution reaction performance to strontium was contributed to a unicorn shared cobalt iridium network. Science resulted in the detection of the iridium. The collagenous strontium platinum oxide compared with hydrogen spillover in a composite catalyst system that achieved this single phase lanthanum strontium platinum oxide. They therefore combined experimental and the draft calculation on unusual atomic scale spillover was found to occur the capture of protons by oxygen side from both diffusion of hydrogen from oxygen side or to the platinum side with the thermoneutral lanthanide platinum bridge acting as mediator, and finally the favorable release of the four hydrogen from the platinum side. The benefiting from this multi-active site collaborating that is really excellent hydrogen evolution reaction. Electrocatalysts are crucial fascinating efficiency conversion, consequently enabling implementation of sustainable water, carbon and nitrogen cycles using renewable energy. The active site engineering and interpretation of reaction mechanisms are highly desirable tasks that require advanced techniques and technical calculations. Electrocatalyst design is complex and diverse, involving intricate interactions between catalyst structure, electronic properties, and surface reactivity. Conventional active sites may be guided by certain general principles and the design of electrocatalysts with unusual actives requires a more intricate understanding of both an underlying chemical catalyst and the material themselves. Computational methods can be used to design and predict the behavior of unconventional active sites based on their crystalline structure and electronic properties. The molybdenum single molecules acknowledged was made and voltage site water sitting unusual sites. Although some electrolytes are unusual active sites have demonstrated promising activity, their durability requires further investigation. This research was taken and this activity is of carbon-damage, therefore the information needs to be extended, especially operandi technical calculations. Thank you very much for listening to me.